So just as usual, we should begin with trying to fully relax your body. And the purpose of we all here and trying to find ourselves like physically some time for rest in this at rest. So the purpose is we're here to talk about the meditation practice, and it's something which is also quite now common in the public the discussion as a public point of discussions.
That's all it is. It's that thing under Goja and this side, under wrong in the day shot and Monday people say that teach it. Shark Armin under test it. That is that.
So meditation. So it's a very popular topic, and so essentially it is also just as any other activity that we undertake in our life. So really the purpose for that, even to find about meditation, so is to be able to achieve what we want to achieve and to avoid the things that we want to avoid. So as we direct our attention on the meditation topics, then we have to make sure that how through meditation or through meditation practice, we can achieve what we want to achieve and trying to be able to overcome the things we want to overcome. And in meditation, relating to meditation practice, so one thing that we hear quite often, frequently, is that it is a practice to controlling or to safeguarding our mind. So whether this topic, meditation as a topic which is primary, the purpose is for safeguarding or controlling our mind. So whether this topic is something relevant to us or not, or beneficial to us or not, so it's a question of to understanding or to finding out whether there's any benefit. What are the benefits for us if we are able to safeguard or control our mind, or on the other hand, what are the shortcomings or the disadvantages for us if we don't control or safeguarding our mind.
Then says Masuna Nepal, says in a pen, so sell Chinson Doga. The news are then so sell Pason Doga, send sooner Masuna Nepagan, sooner card the use of the Nadi. When social says Yatono, younger, Yapushera, same Master Pamato as a chill, so sell Santona happen to add. So we got Jato in Leggy. And also the key here is also we need to
to direct our attentions towards our own mind, so it's not about, we are not here to try to find out about the our attentions towards someone else's mind. So it's very important to, which I assuming that you all understand that that's why you are here. So which is to really to understanding your one's own mind. So therefore you're going to focus on your own mind and see, trying to understand. Is there, what does it mean by safeguarding it? And if you safeguard the mind, what's the benefit for you? And but whereas if you don't do safeguard or controlling of mind, what are the shortcomings for you?
Right. Said the Koyopa, says the Hele Yuden, she then only Nedenganachi, you would do
we will find that how even the moment we bring the mind inward and trying to focus, direct the mind, focus with the mind inward, even when moment we start to do that, able to direct our mind focus inward, even that alone, to being have your mind inward alone really would bring some peace and a relaxation within yourself.
That's something. That's that same as you being never just Chemishala and yes, you know, Loje never send Loje, yeah, Tony, never have a task. Then never chapata. Then Taloja Paba, Loja Pabigata, then we never chick my rest and sharing you are. Motivated there. Said your lumber yet, so you never shabata, Loja Mata, nearby ye, then I tell you, never shares, etc. Mother said, Lomocha Mata Pat Peja. Wrong in it, give order, no more matter how you give it, take it. The dig say, go about Lucian Ra there, come master now, that, take never share no jigger, no matter, lumber never said the shake my rest, and that's on 30, don't so hard.
So, in the one text by Shantideva, so where he used an analogies of in which our mind is like an unsubdued mind, so is compared with a wild and like a mad elephant. So whereas the mind which is subdued and controlled, so is like controlled or the tamed elephants. So therefore, with this kind of analogies, if we have to imagine what is implication from this analogy is that how if our mind is not control, then it will be like a wild or a mad elephant, then which has the can potentially can cause a great disasters, a lot of distractions.
That take cards and that said, no much a matter no res. Call ye such a lola, ye be tona. Yeba tona, Rako double maja, ton, Jarele, King and Name share, never to share you are. Hang understood there. Staying on the New Year, Name never share, but I knew you married, then say, Runia said, that yes, such a lola, but Yeba Tony, the Gassing others, that got Tony Jackson, that never got him, how go you are. 세 가서 세 놈의 전자와데 로 실질로 큰정 원도 맞아 원도 차도 온거나 레세 온 것도 그래로 당한다 된내와도 가네 용도 따도 대인 매대상도 거래 대지 강하다 새 마수비 네반아 대세가래 랑에네 새 마수바 수완을 녀나 네 새다 로 예세절로 로셔절로 예바도나 다 센데마 심으면 네바더니 생데 생아도 대 산도 존도노아 남에 네바셔야 나도 깔리 카오래 예시도니 요거래 라 예시도니 요가 시발라 때 예치 연계되면 대용도와 말에 되네 새로 시절로 당 시절로 열동세야데 차도 열도 큰저 열도 맞아 열도 레세 열도 다 들리게 새도 또 그래라 다 가제서 내가 박은데 또 내가 서서 새라 대안 되도 못 되다 내가 먼저 와 손 들이지 또 가야 돼. 다 생일로 못 쳐야 돼. 라 말에 다 생일로 못 쳐야 되거든요. 내가 생일에 야 손대도 돼.
So in order to understand how our mind when it is not under our control, then it will become become like a wild elephant. So here, we are rather thinking observing at the kind of state of mind which is very very unruly, and which can, how we're talking about the mind which can then, how it can then easily goes after like a wrong objects, or fall under the influence of certain like a negative and a very destructive way of thinkings. And then, so therefore, these can, as a result of this, the losing one's mind to a certain, like a very wrong object, certain, wrong kind of very negative mental attitude and so forth, losing that, then as a result of that, the persons then can go through a tremendous, sufferings and the stress and tension, so forth. So therefore, like for example, if you imagine how, if like if we lose our mind or overpower our mind being overpowered by such as like a strong wave of like a anger or a pride or jealousies, or a thought or something you wanting to compete with others, and so you could how when we are under these kind of the power of such overwhelming force of these such kind of negative states of mind, like anger and so forth, then under that the circumstance, under that situation, so if we imagine ourselves whether will we have any real happiness or not, or will we have a peace or not, and then we can quite easily we can understand or recognize that, of course, then we will be in a great under the great amount of the sufferings and the pain and the restlessness, and so this is what so of course we when we look into the our mind, and then of course there are different other states of mind which certain mind which can be more like very So leave that. So in fact, so if you have that, how if it is completely like overpowered by such a like a destructive state of mind, destructive state of emotion, like anger and so forth, then we would just like the destruction that a mad or wild elephant can cause. So this mind can then bring such disaster to our own life, and as a result of that, then we would be subject to various the sufferings and miseries.
That's on the Sanje Lombo, yeah, don't never tenacious one. Then no, you that Loja Papa, Mate, never tender shake my head. They are going to Loja Papa on the Tina Tin, Rocho Garden and Rocho. Mando Nemo, this one is laying. Joke are long, Madesha, Mando Nemo will never live. Right, Nemo said. Loja Matabata language. Loja Matabi said language. Son Tinitona, Nasa Che, Yeri, Tin no in judgment can ask on the radio. Son Teto, Tekangata, say massive in Yabba said. Say massive in Yabba said, and that's the Yabba said. That Yabba the Senate, that Takibada, Ona says to pay Carriere, says to do Carriere, that take that. 자 되게 다 레고서나 되는 다 되고 다른 레고 그러 신인가 신주는 저봐 리리자 레고 그래도
on the other hand, how if an elephant is fully tamed and just like a normal elephant, then it instead of causing such any such destruction, so it can be of something useful, something helpful to us. So therefore what we have to understand, we have to think here is to see how in any instance of our life where we feel unhappy, we feel the restless. So such as even sometimes you can in the morning when even from the morning when you get get out of the bed, you feel that something is not right. So these are all kind of the signs, indications of this the untamed, the presence of this untamed untamed, like an elephant-like mind within ourselves, and so if we think about this, and if we could relate that how in all this we can the cause of most of the time the cause of our the lack of happiness is this untamed mind, like a wild elephant. So when we relate to that, then naturally we would have to ask ourselves the question now, what I can do to tame my mind and so forth.
Ragojan Gurtade, Gannett, Tabayan, Saint Lombard, Totanis, Givato Menus, the art of the Lot the Yon, said that is it. Lucia Mata Badella, Tomba Pasa Kachi, Pa Doze Tabachi, the Chachi Gun Lucia Mata, the Gundua. Then Nojego, Manzo said, gave me Pachiger. Gave me batik. Me baba doja gotin trembatik. Ra? Gave me ba maje be trembasen. Take ba tonto ta. Then the tada jiba tonje menje, dewa to lot along, certainly, that is a noje. say Shajalu Tony, Kindle Madea shares and Madida, Tarado Madea Kanga, my Shazwan. There's anything, the art of the long said, game of Yabu, and call condition, she ever sent your lunge, Rambat, the art of the lot in wood, long as, in a just teach and a gay timber, then Manova, Leban Babasha, that's you, that's on theatre. That's go Jarella, Logende, Garden Drain, game me party, go into a game me party, Latine, me party. The said, said about Temba the Sen, Temba Tapan, Tigotini, Delpa, Dog do I thought, Delpa, Tembi, but never say what. Tembi do I, Tenny, me by the pay, upon the no, you are. That tell Donny, she just said, Don the Canagan Dim and the Shara Chegar. Luchem Mataba, there, Loza Tigotin, Garden Basel. Tapas Pata Koro Kesha, no imagine the thing, Gol Chacha Jan Susan, then Kales and the thing, Takorachini, Lozo Koro Conches, Zavapa, Koro and this one. That reason game me bag, Tempe game about Sada Mata, then me by Maja called such a negata. Just on drug guys, the nation, the China, the Jibata, Jibata, younger Mary, Gyat, a lot, the younger said, gave me by Majeb, Cheba, the kitchen, but stem Manya Baches, that just change Charlie, Lojateno in the other.
So just after that, the use of that analogy of the wild or the untamed elephant, then this great the Shanti Devas then mention about now the ways of controlling or taming that elephant, or in another word to
Gay me by la pa, don't go there, saying the ghost of Kenny, Tibby, Tabai, Loche, Totan, Tomota, Tembato, Tomayabu, Tontani, then dinner, Jibato, younger mother, they are a lot longer rest, younger there, she ever said Lolas, they are a lot younger, then a gay temper, Mano Batane, Chishi, gay never choosing wrong, the Tassan, head of there.
So just then after that, then the Shanti Devas then mentioned about how through meditation practice, through engaging the meditation practice, then how this the mind, the untamed mind can be brought under control by through tying it to its objects, to meditation object, and then through which is the virtue object. So just like like a wild elephant being you're tying very the wild elephant to a pole or something very firmly. So in same way, so you in the meditation practice, so you tying your mind firmly, or to this the meditation object, virtuous object, through the application, through by applying the mindfulness, and then also through applying the alertness, and so through this, then we want to be able to once as the mind is brought under control, then then one will be able to overcome all the fears and the sufferings, and but then on the other hand, then can all you will achieve achieve or bring all the happiness in your own, palm of your hand. So, so in this, in here, so what we'll find is essentially about the how the mind, how this untamed mind is brought under control in meditation practice, in a same way as we can brought the under control or fully train the like a wild elephant, and so like how the elephant trainee can how initially by tying that elephant firmly to a pole, and then through the means of certain like a metal hook, then which by if the elephant doesn't obey his order or doesn't listen, do as he's supposed to do, then you hit on its head with the metal hook, and so in this manner, so eventually it's possible it can be completely brought under control, completely fully trained. So in same way in the meditation practice, so the object that we use, so which is like a pole, and whereas the mindfulness is like a rope or the chain which by which to tie the object, tie the mind onto the object, which is a virtuous object. So in the meditation practice, so it's very one important aspect is to develop like a single pointed concentration. So that is to keep or retain the mind the continuously on that meditation objects, and then just as we use the as part of training the elephant, so as you use a hook, metal hook, so you use the alertness to just to be aware, while be aware of, or to be vigilant, or so that whether to ensure that the mind is actually is focused on or is on the objects, and then with this alertness, then it allow the meditator to be, if the mind is not fully on the focusing on the object, then it allow the meditator to really to bring the mind back on the objects, and so in this way, it is through developing or the single pointed concentrations, and which one is done by continuously applying the mindfulness, or which is more like a power of memories. Then through that one will be able to then fully tame the mind.
Geshe Doga gay temba manya batene da shago se te da loja te jang ja gay temba manya gay temba nyoson ta se ju do wa ma se gay me ba la manya e da se ko le yen ji ga che ta son te to da ti ga je ne go ja so mi te gay me ba chi ga re se te ne ya bo ngo shi ba ga re se Tene gay me bada she so nol son chitong nol yache te ta te ngochi be temba de ba tor ba sa ba ya pu dang me ya no ni dal da se del se che nei gre da ye da rong ge se de tembi ga gay me ba ta se che ba ne ga da jide ba ne ga Taya Kong, thing and the water, we buy the sar thing and the water, then draw the near that edgy, and a song to read.
So we can we will find that how in meditation practice how there's a very important role for the mindfulness, such that if you lose the mindfulness, then you lose the whole object of the meditations. You lose the object of meditation, which normally is virtuous objects. So therefore, even it is the advice that even when we engage in meditation practice, we should even generate a thought, strong motivation that I will not I will remember these objects of the meditation practice and retaining the object. I will retain the object in my mind. So which is very important, and so it is when we talk of the mindfulness. So here it is the mental factor which of memory, or which the remembering the objects, and so the object is, when you meditate, so the object is always present in your mind. And now so therefore there in meditation, so of course there is always an object is there, and then this object has to be it something has to be recognized, something within ourselves, internally. The object is within something like inner objects, and so therefore we have to important to, in order to meditate, you got to have object, and that object, and if that object is the inner objects, and then it's important to be recognize that object very clearly, and then after having recognized that, then in the actual practice, then you simply apply the mindfulness or your the memory to remembering that objects in your mind, and so it is how you make the progress. So it's a question of how you are able to remember the objects very fully, with a full concentration, full focus, and so it's also the question of how much you the application of your mindfulness, and because it is a mindfulness, so which is actually retaining or keeping that object in your of your meditations, and so therefore which is holding the objects, and so therefore through this, as you continue this, with the applying mindfulness, and then and with the focusing or retaining the object in your mind, and then as you make progress, which is then there will be your concentration on the object become more become more stable, more steady, and then at the same time, then you would also gain more like the clarity within, develop clarity within your mind as well. So there's a stability as well as the clarities within of the object, and clarity within your mind as well.
다 하고서 고자 산들 고자는 도나 소소 농게 다 게임이 받지라 새도 싫어요 저저저 도마티 돈드네 다 농게 메워세 제바 내고 돈째지네 대째지네 이리 제 공도 제 공을 새도 싫어요 예 개는 개바서 코시 연구 말해 다에 제 거를 되는 새도 사시 동 내자도 사자년가 내자 땜보여 봐 사자야 봐 사자야 봐 양게들 통질래 대자의 농기다 제세는 시향코드라 시향코드라인데 새도 하죠 매번 내가 맞아 사자 두야 대땡에도 야부시부지 용거야 대용용 고용용 제 고거를 사자도 되네 라다 사자된 템보야지 레그 네네 세셔를 대하지 콜레 셀레지 고자다 저도 냉엘레 마신 세지 냉엘레 제비거든 세셔지레 세시 셔조 디가 조비거든 리셔조지레 릴레르지 린냉 파일 릴레스르데 리셔조도레 대다 야요 공 들지지 공지 공을 했더니 릴레르지레 릴레르데 릴레드더니 생에 릴바차 생에 릴지 차니 근데 알아자 이다 릴지 차니 리셔조가 대안데 대테는 세셔조가 대안데 대 리셔조가 대아지 템보지 레거는 공공고 템보지 레거 드니시네 세들레 거래도
So the in meditation practice, so we direct our full mental attention on fully on the object, which is like a virtuous objects, and to the point that our focus become like a single-pointed mental attention or mental concentrations. And so when so this when we are able to do this, when we reach our concentration to this kind of level, the single-pointed concentration level, then we will be able to overcome or to be able to get rid of all the distractions, even the more sometimes we call it like excitement, mental excitement, which kind of cause one's mind to go out, go after external objects, and so therefore this such kind of distraction will cease as our mind is completely fixed on its objects, and then as a result, then we can also able to develop more stabilities of our focus, and as well as we were saying before, along with that there's also clarity of the within our mind. Would be also we can also achieve the state of clarity within our minds, and through this it is said that as we continue to develop this state of inner state of like a stability and clarities, then we'll be able to what we call as we will achieve this state of the quality of meditations, called like the mental fluency or mental suppleness, some kind of experience where you feel the the suppleness of your mind, and what that means is the indications of the overcoming of something that obstacles within your mind which prevent this such the stability and the clarity in within your mind. So having overcome all this, so your mind experience this state called a state of fluency, and which makes the mind very functionables, and then because mind becomes very functionable, and then it will be even able to focus even with more greater concentration and greater stability, and so it is said that through this, as we continue, then we would also not only on the mental level, but there is also on a physical level we would experience this so-called as a physical fluency or physical suppleness, which is an indication that how even on a physical level then you overcome this heaviness or this of your body. So rather even your body becomes so supple, so functionables, and then as it is said, then as you continues that even such meditation, then it will also induces with this kind of state of, with the experience of such the mental and physical fluencies, as it further increase, then it brings some sort of like a joy or the bliss, which result from this experience of physical, the suppleness of fluencies. So which in fact the meditative experience, because of all the making all the wind and so forth in the which go in the body, channel in the body, all very smoothly and bring some sort of balance in that. So this physical the meditator would, so in this way eventually would experience such a bliss or a joy with associated with this physical experience of suppleness, and which eventually in turn, and also the joy will also spread to one's mind, on the meditation mind, and so there's the bliss associated with both the experience, meditative experience of mental and physical fluencies. So it is at that point, it is after that point, then it is said that what we normally call as there's a state of the single-pointed concentration called calm abiding or shamatha state of meditation. So you accomplishes that.
Yeah, that that so said wrong this. Tangene said wrong that Lord Young Lama Song this Shaje. So they sell on the Jabot Jana Rain Umbojas Dona Gay Mibacolan, listen, Ray, Decente. Data Shane, Nanjo Omonos, Omono, Noi, Daniel, this is just there. Getting other, then I should Diato, let us got less wine. I'm going to send an idea, then sell for own jay, then sell only Jabonu res, sell so lemon, so the Jabonu res, Cartier. So they sell on the Jabot. Jana rain homage, not all Channing, get you that away, Mary, Negia. Don't gave me buckle and Judah. Judah, Mother, then let's say, let's show you the underworld. I shouldn't do that, show you that, let's say, decent dress. That I shinny, none your bachelor, no negative, no John Bigo, thing and the jet there are, Salamata tells you now. Horror, no, Younger, Lord Chuan, the younger said, so Koraba, Nyotini leg, Senator Nolatini, Suga, the Shannon Younger said that's on the days on other Bessazona, Apuya, the days on Better chair, that's all the mother. Tendizachi, goal, game of Majeb, Chambala, Kazi, Kona. There's a time other parent who was on Tetona. Either Tabaresha, go, Jaino, go, Majeb, and that Chamba, she said, that kitchen was sheltered. Says in the Bono, Tambaton, the Chizita, Solam Bajo, Sushi, Dog is at Tamaja said. Yeah. Loveshan, Tunisian, Chara says about then, Tade, Chamba the Shizzer. Yeda, Chamba the Shizzer, then Chambi goes a gay, gay manuman. Shizzer, goes to the Cabernet, when the Javashi Shira. Tendisita, the young girl, young each other on Tamoyai, soon the Shaji. That's on that. They are boy, the son of Tinta Gosia, Sam Masuba Gosia, says soon pet Gosia, I says the thoughts of Goja Gosia, though didn't tell Tango they jump. This some did. And the children come.
So hopefully you got some idea about how through meditation practice how the mind can be completely subdued, completely brought under control, and so in regarding this again, there's the Tsongkhapa said in his writing called the Song of like a spiritual experience. So where it is said that the meditative the concentration, concentrative like stabilizations. So is like it's like a Mount Merus, which unmovable, like like the king. So it's like the king which is have the overpower or conquer over the mind, and then so that when the mind such that when you want having achieved such a the concentrated stabilizations, then if you ask the mind to remain or to stay, to abide, then it will abide like an unmovable, like a mountain, Mount Meru. Yeah. So unmovable in the sense that then the because that no like the disturbing thought or any distraction, mental distraction can waver or stir or shake in the mind. So it is like become like a stays like a immovable like a mountains. But when you and at the same time, if you let the mind, if you release the mind, and then it has the ability to go after any virtuous objects that you want to go. So it has that, and then the through this the function of the mind, then it has the ability to bring about this the fluency, the mental and physical fluencies, which making the both mind and the body very workable or very functionable, and so. And so therefore the concentration, so it is the the remedy force to counteract the enemy of these mental distractions. So therefore, relying on this cultivating or on developing these mental concentrations, and also along this line, even the Shantideva also said that those who
세전 대반 논의는 제바는 신나 소라 배수시 자자 탐모야 세전 대반은 되네 제바의 시제 고선이 머대비 제비 고선이 게임이바 머대비 제바 고선의 가방 쇼 가방 로건 되는데 시제 대신이가 되네다 수신이 저러서 탐모 이야기 다 돼도 고선이 되네 게임이바 머대비 제바 고선이 가와 동데 게쇼는 뭐게쇼 동데 문제가 샤라셰비 다 시제 대 당이 철어서 솔 봐라요 대 마도세 당이 대 철어서 탐무얀 샤기 좀대사 대 마도야마 세수와 제가 시진 관세 다 되တယ်다면 세수사면 다 손대도 하고 대장들.
So the Shantideva also said that as an advice to those who who wish to gain control over our mind, relying on this mindfulness and alertness, through which to safeguarding one's like three doors, that's the body, speech, and mind, and so therefore. Even at I advise this that you should apply this mindfulness and alertness even at the cost of one's own life. You could rely on that in order to taming one's mind, and so this I appeal with my two hands folded together in prayers. So just to emphasizing the importance of this application of two, the mindfulness and alertness in, if we want to be, if we want to, gain control or safeguarding our mind. So therefore, we find here that how, when we engage in meditation practice, how really the two main, most important two tools are the mindfulness and alertness. We need to apply that, and to applying the mindfulness to trying to as a way to safeguard or to one's the three doors: body, speech, and mind, and this something not only we do that when we engage in meditation practice, but even afterward. Even when we are not engaged in a formal like a sitting meditation, even how important it is to always to apply the mindfulness and alertness as a means of like safeguarding one's all the actions that one create through three doors.
Teri karishe ra sai masubi nyepa de se masuna nyepa dini de go se ne ta se sui pe de karishe ta se sui zu de go ja zu jin de pe de she so ta a go so de ta de dan dan ne xie ne chelo xie ne ya bo ya de ta go de ja ne.
So in this in a talk, so we cover about the shortcomings that arise if our mind is not brought under control or is not safeguarded, and then we also talk about the focus on the benefits and what are the benefits or advantages there if we keep our mind under control or safeguard our mind, and then how to, as well as the briefly cover about how the meditation is the most like as an effective means to safeguarding our mind.
Kopa yungurwa, Shisana Macha. Call Nyambo Dagarwa, Kijis and Rogumarwa. Leshe and Konya, Kijis and Rogurwa. The but no Yeshiva, then you are da. Say Masim Yapan to said, Search of the Abu, so the Sel, Leshe, the Yeshan Yabuchi, Yayunga. Say, so Jis and Rosa, say Carter and other Jis and Rogu. Say Candace and other Yichek. So
it's very important that we always observe our own state of mind or our thoughts, and then to because we need to see trying to recognize what kind of effects that the various our thought that we cultivate or state of mind that we generate, on us, on our life, on our experience, and so it is quite natural that if we truly through these observations, if we truly recognize that how there are certain state of mind, certain like a mental attitude or a thought. So if we recognize that there's this clear pattern of really of bringing shortcomings to one, or bringing causing harm upon us, or we recognize that something very negative, then when we have that clear recognition, then it will be quite since we do not want like that, so it will be quite natural then for us to be more motivated, to more inspired, or become even more aware, that so that we don't fall under the influence of that. We don't go after those states of mind, those thoughts, and we even don't rely on trust ourselves in those kind of states of mind or the thoughts. And whereas on the other hand, there are also, if we recognize how there are certain states of mind, certain mental attitudes and thoughts, which has a very positive effects, and so therefore we can recognize them that as something very wholesome, something positive, and is really beneficial for oneself and one's life. And so when we have such recognitions of those positive aspects of the positive state of mind, then we'll be more. It will then naturally occur for us to be to trying to think of what we have to do to maintain that and to further cultivating and developing that. So we'll now do some very short breathing meditations together, and so just should start with trying to fully relaxing your body, and then trying to get rid of all the outgoing or the distracting thoughts from one's mind, and find really some the peace, and to find one's mind fully the abiding or resting within ourselves, and then having brought the mind inward, and then we just begin this breathing meditations, which is to simply to place the focus of the mind on the incoming and outgoing breath. So now we continued with the chanting of Buddha's mantra, and so we directly focus the mind on the sound of the mantra.
Taya da Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Zoa Taya da Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Zoha Taya da Om Muni Muni Maha Taya da Om Muni Muni Maha
Vaya, I know, man. Huh? I'm getting gold, Sabat, and Yapunduat. Gold, yeah, go down at the pet in the house, don't take two shoes.
Thank you. So just as we discussed tonight, so it's just a hope you we to understand. There's recognize that how much benefits there are if we integrating meditation practice in our life.
Kunda Masaya, Desha Masaya, Shedoma, no Nemo Moshe, yes, and Mando Kodiche Gundia. Tatal Kondi Abola, no Mando Kundo Sayang, Kundo Sai, Yekorol Sidoni, Kunda Masai, Yel Kondia, Colson to Lonzo de Lengua. Gol Kondi Medical Conwari. Gol Kondi. Kunji the Yemi should have some petoga. Young Ando go jam, Kundi Yemi Musadel, Muchi Kundo, Mokoros and son to call never shendel, call Yon Kundo, ban, call tell my tie or Mari. Pandal ban never shades in us. The Lichima call tie or my Kundo she call your Mari. Go Janke Digo, no call and Nochi Koja, and Yemo Moshe Chilla Condichego, gaze somebody Condichego, I said, how long such a do to are. Kundo Messiah, yet she loyds in Legada, Kundo Madua. Then they got never Chamon Sandup Tsering. Tasha Mado Kangamo set on Tata Sega.
So on the one hand, so it's very important to recognize how there are certain kind of the problem that we experience in our life is all directly related to our own state of mind, such as if we are overpowered by certain luck, such as the unfulfilled desire or certain strong anger or hatred, how under that situations, then it's we cannot find, very difficult to find peace and happiness. So now so therefore it's important on the one hand we have to recognize those state of mind which brings which results some sort of suffering, which brings suffering on us as something a negative, as something we need to get rid of, because without that, first if we do not recognize that, then we won't even think of counteracting that, getting rid of that. So therefore the how if we do not see the actual for example, the anger, when we talk of the anger, is actually something within ourselves, that we, in the form of certain like emotion, destructive emotions that we, which arise within us, and in fact that is the main cause of our sufferings. But instead of recognizing that, then we normally recognize that actually the person or whatever the situation that have conditioned this anger to arise as the main cause of our sufferings. And so therefore we do not really recognize the actual shortcoming, actual fault of this anger, so which is generated within ourselves. So however, if we recognize that the fault actually is the direct cause of one's suffering is something, this anger within oneself, then we can at least do, for example, we can then consider what is the means to get rid of that. And so we say that meditation is one way to get rid of that. And then how meditation work. So that is to, like we have to, meditation is a practice, so where we trying to place the mind on certain objects which doesn't arouse any form of like afflictive emotions like anger and so forth. So therefore we if we meditate and if we are able to actually to place or retain our mind on that meditation object, so there is no way for us that this anger or any such unwanted thoughts or the emotion to arise, and so therefore you see it's important, but that we have to become ourselves habituated or very familiar with that meditation practice, so that if we become familiar with the meditation practice, then we can apply it whenever when we need to, such as if we have to if we fall into ourselves a victim to our own anger or any such form, then we can apply the meditation practice and then can overcome such problems in our life.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.